Hello everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Knight Rider crossover Autobot Agent Knight, aka K.I.T.T. I think that they should have just called him K.I.T.T. because, K.I.T.T. is already a self-aware artificial intelligence of the vehicle that controls the vehicle, drives it around, and does all the other things when Michael is not able to. So it does not make sense for him to be a completely different character with K.I.T.T. as like an onboard computer. It doesn't really make sense to me. This was originally supposed to ship out in December. I wasn't expecting to get it until like long after that. But Amazon got in stock a lot earlier than expected, and it shipped out while I was visiting home, so that's pretty cool. This is, I think, one of the best crossovers yet, but I think that's mainly just because of the electronics in here. I think it is so cool that they decided to have it. I do admit that that does make the front look really goofy, and I really did not like that at first. When I first saw it, I was like, I still really want to get it because, you know, light up scanner and all that, and then they decided to but it has the speaker, as you can see, and it has like 6 or I think 8 total different sounds, 7 of which involving him involving pressing the button, and then a final one for when you haven't pressed the button in a while, and then well, he says farewell essentially. So I guess vehicle mode, like I said, it's pretty much just a Trans Am. My copy has a little bit of, I don't know, extra silver on the hubcap or whatever, but it's not the end of the world. The Knight emblem is pretty good. Has painted red taillights, although it would have been better if they were just black as they were in the show. And even when they're lit up, there's like lines rather than solid red. But overall, I'd still say it's really cool. You can see some of the internal stuff, so might definitely get the repro labels to cover that up from Toy Hacks. And why are you focusing on the backdrop? Anyway, this little backdrop thing was included in the packaging, and he's kind of in there like that. And it's not very clear from inside of the box. I didn't really notice it until my dad opened up his copy that I got for him as a gift, but it's from the show pretty much. I think K.I.T.T's coming this way, like this, from the distance. So it'd be nice if they had like a Studio Series style insert for this rather than just this, because this can't really be used as a backdrop. Not really, in my opinion. It doesn't look that great. Although I didn't think to bring my other crossovers with me, I forgot that my dad does have the DeLorean Gigawatt, so I'm going to just show a quick comparison, but his will not transform, so I'll only have a comparison for vehicle mode and see how they are together. I'd say they're relatively in scale. It's possible the DeLorean is a little bit out of scale, but not by too much, as this is a pretty big car, and the DeLorean is significantly smaller. But I'd still say they're probably a little out of scale, but not to the degree that I think some other people were concerned about. The box does come with a character card. Autobot Agent Knight. Function: preserve human life. In a world where crime never rests, initiate Turbo Boost. Autobot Agent Knight is the perfect partner to help protect the innocent, helpless, and powerless from lawless criminals. And his strength is 9, intelligence 10, speed 9, fire blast 8. So he is a very, very powerful bot. But I guess considering that his skin is pretty much indestructible, that would make a lot of sense. And for comparison, I have a couple of things on loan, so to speak, while I'm here from my father. He has this die-cast kit, which is significantly bigger, but as you can see, this one has the T-tops and all that, and it's but obviously it has the more accurate solid black on the back, but it's still good. It's pretty cool, but obviously it doesn't have the excess thing on the front, mainly because it doesn't have all the electronics. It does have a scanner, but only when you open the door, and no sound, so that's still pretty cool. And then another one I want to show off is significantly bigger and has a lot more going for it. This one right here. This one so much bigger that it pretty much takes up the entire screen.
Hold on, this could be a bit bumpy. Oh, you're sure this is the right way? Very well. Thank you, sir. I am the voice of K.I.T.T. Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T. for easy reference. KITT if you prefer.
And that's pretty much all the active speaking, and then there's one more.
KITT signing off.
And that's what he says when he goes offline. No scan or anything like that. Just, I guess it's also letting you know that it's going to sleep and not going to be draining. It does require 3 LR44 batteries that go in here, not included. But to be fair, since, well, most people that get these are going to be collectors, and a lot of collectors do not like opening their things and like leaving them in the packaging, it makes sense that they would do it that way, just so that you don't have like leaky batteries in the packaging. Thing we noticed that I thought, what would happen if you long press the button? Now this is with it already on. I already pressed the button once, but if you press and hold, the scanner will turn on without any noise or sound effects. I don't know exactly how long they'll stay on for, but I think that that's pretty cool that they decided to have that as an option if you so desire. I did some research trying to figure out if it is the same guy that did the dialogue for this, because it's not, obviously not original recording, so the sound effects are a little bit different. The scanner sound is the same. We highly suspect it's the same voice actor, but if it was recorded recently, which it more than likely was, the actor that did the voice of KITT is significantly older, so there is a chance that the voice would be a bit different, even if it is the same person. Because this one, like I said, it also has lights and sounds, and it also has some really cool lights up in there. So
I am the voice of K.I.T.T. Industry 2000's microprocessor, K.I.T.T. for easy reference. KITT if you prefer.
And the thing is, it's like, because it also has like a filter on the voice to make it sound more electronic, I think, unlike because this is original dialogue pulled from the show, not recorded specifically for this, as far as I'm aware.
All systems functioning.
And then let's take a look at the scanner and just see how it's a bit different. I do think it is really cool how the fog lights also light up. It doesn't have the rotating headlights though. This one obviously has a lot more, so it feels like this is kind of a review of the other kits, I guess. But I mean, there is a lot of detail on this one. The hood and hood and trunk does not open up on this one. It does have a rotating license plate, which I think is really cool. And there is a thing on the repro labels that has actual license plate, because it actually had like a realistic looking license plate, not just the night symbol.
May I suggest you put the car in the auto cruise mode?
And I wish they had that sound effect for him driving. And then this is...
I detect vehicles headed our way. Turbo boost activated, Michael.
And that's the sound of the actual turbo boost. And as with this one, with the other one, if you press it, you can skip through them too. You can skip through them. Same. I tried it not too long ago just to see if you could do it on his one. But the thing is, though, like I said, we're not sure if it's the same voice actor. He's not dead; he's still alive, so it could easily be him. But it could also easily be an impersonator. But I will say the audio is close enough. It's so close that it's either the same guy or someone that did a really good job of impersonating the characters. I think they did an excellent job on it. But it really bugs me that there isn't I can't find it anywhere, and we might not ever get to know unless he comes out and says that, hey, yeah, I did the voice for this toy. The doors, I guess technically you could say they can open in this mode, but then it just, you see all the internal robot bits, so it's like, but the doors technically do open. One of the other cool things that you can do, it was easier when I had long nails, but I trimmed them down because they were starting to get all cracked up and all that, but you can flip up the headlights, which I think is really cool.
Signing off.
And there he goes again. But yeah, I like those tail lights. It does have the fog lights, but they're painted white. So that's pretty much about it for the vehicle mode. There is some storage for his guns that he comes with. He comes with like a rifle type of gun, and he also comes with a more of a pistol type gun right here, which I think the handgun's more accurate, especially considering the role that Michael has in the show. He doesn't, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't even usually end up using a gun anyway. The one downside, though, with the black plastic and the way it is, it would be a problem regardless, but it's just the fingerprints. It shows up very easily. And then if he gets scratched up, it's just going to look really bad, especially considering that his paint scheme, his shell, is supposed to be indestructible. So, I mean, having scratches just is not a very good look. Anyway, that's about it for that. So let's get down to transformation. And then we have Agent Autobot Knight, or as I like to say, K.I.T.T in his robot mode. And he does look pretty cool. And like I said, he does come with these little guns, just a little handgun. And then a little rifle. Just molded plastic. And then he can hold them both in his hands. Like so. And then you can also take them off, and they can store on his doors. The tab in like that. There we are. Alright, so guns can store like that, and then he does come with another accessory similar to like with Marty McFly and a couple. I think he had like another accessory similar to this, but he does come with his communicator watch, the one that Michael would wear. And to talk to K.I.T.T, which I think is kind of silly because this is K.I.T.T, but I think it is kind of cool to have the nod to Michael and K.I.T.T, and then you can have him pretty much talking into it, which I think is really cool considering how big of a chest he has, car hood chest he has going on here. And then the detail, the head, if we can get a good look at it, considering where it's at, but the head is apparently made, the face sculpt is supposed to be kind of inspired by David Hasselhoff, and the visor is supposed to be similar to like the big old sunglasses typical in the 80s that he would wear. And then that is supposed to be reminiscent of the original talking box from season 1 of Knight Rider. And then I think the head sculpt's pretty good. And then you can just do has silver on the sides of his head, and then of course same details on the car. Then he has light blue paint or denim colored paint. A light denim is supposed to be reminiscent of like blue jeans. That's something that David Hasselhoff would wear or Michael would wear in the show. And then the last thing, like I said, the communicator watch, which does come packaged separately, and you can just take that off. Unfortunately, it can only go on this arm, but it's not too big of a deal. But it stays on snug, and obviously it was on him in car mode, so you don't have to remove it for transformation. It can just sit as is. But anyway, like I said, head is on a ball joint. He can look up and down pretty far. He doesn't really get much wibbly wobbly. Well, he does get a little bit, but it is really stiff. And of course, like I said, or showed off earlier, head can do a full 360. Arms, I guess, can go out about that far. So not too terribly far. It can do a full 360. Bicep rotation. Over 90-degree bend at the elbow. Wrist rotation on a ball joint. And it can bend just a little bit. Not even necessary for transformation, just there for articulation. He does have a waist rotation. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, thigh rotation. Just a little over 90-degree bend at the knee. And then he has a decent amount of ankle tiltage, but not the most that I've seen. I must say this is probably one of the cooler crossovers, mainly because it brought back lights and sounds, which we haven't seen in a while, and it's absolutely, I think, imperative considering that K.I.T.T is an integral part of the car, so it doesn't make sense, because like the other ones that they've done, it's not like they talk. I mean, Ectotron would have been really cool if it had flashing lights and then the siren sound, but still, it's not like a talking character, whereas K.I.T.T talked. So I think this is one of the better crossovers. So that's about it for Transformers Knight Rider crossover Autobot Agent Knight, aka K.I.T.T. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. Until next time, have a good one, everyone.